Is it safe? What up, folks? We are back. Hit like, hit subscribe, check us out for daily videos like this. Well, not daily, but as often as I can get it out. Go follow us up on Twitter, on Facebook, at DudeNougat, at both places, and over on Reddit at ImTooSoberForThis. Trust me, you'll know it's us, because I'd enjoy the dumpster fire. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your host, DudeNougat. Yeah, so I had to take a little bit of time off because this show is obviously going to poke fun and bring up some things we see in everyday media. And unfortunately, when I started this, I was not expecting what was going to happen next with, you know...
Well, you got it down, man.
And,
a lot of activity going.
And with someone with my complexion, that's kind of a dangerous topic to talk about. But, you know, I decided to take a little time off, get myself straight, you know, maybe try and rearrange some things, and also make sure I hit the ground running with this. And, oh, I was handed a gift because here's something that the internet can collectively hate. Yes, that's right. You know what I find ultimately funny about this is no one would have thought the subversive topic of, you know, child spiciness would have come from anyone, much less, you know, Netflix. Now, granted, yes, it is a Sundance film from France, and the French are a little bit more liberal with things like that, but that doesn't make it right. If you have been living under a rock, Cuties is basically a movie that came out recently that has been panned for pretty much a very obvious reason, in that it highlights, I hate saying this, small people being overly provocative. Yeah, I also learned that I have to clean up my language a little bit to even be seen by YouTube, because, you know, the algorithm is a thing, even for someone as small as me, but we all know what I'm talking about. Granted, it does pick up a conversation that does need to be had about this particular subject and how it is becoming a bit of a problem. They took the red pavement approach to this, where don't talk about people driving drunk and splattering themselves, let's just show it. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, they actually show small people in provocative situations, provocative outfits, and yes, even exposed. And I don't just mean a small bit of exposed, I mean at one point there is exposed from he. I have actively avoided this, and I have actively avoided this whole situation, but there are those who are trying to defend it. Now, if you're gonna argue against something, don't show the thing you're arguing against. It tends to be counterproductive, if at the very least. And really, it's not gonna serve the narrative you think it does. If they had just made the movie and, you know, hey, we screwed up, let's go ahead and pull it, eventually all will be forgiven. But here's the thing, is that when it first got brought up, and we're like, oh, well, it's the advertising. Maybe that's the problem that people have with it. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. So, of course, they tried to double down. Well, it creates a conversation, you know? I can talk about a nice whiskey, or I can talk about, you know, going to mow the lawn without them mowing the lawn in front of you, naked. No one wants to see that. And definitely, no one wants to see the thing that they're trying to argue against in that particular context. And I get it. You know, you're trying to protect art. I mean, you know, hey, people had a problem with the Venus de Milo, and, ooh, David shows his schwanz. But let's go ahead and bring some stuff up like this. Article from the Washington Post. Cuties is an unflinching look at what it means to be a preteen girl. No wonder people can't handle it. Ugh, I hate people when people say they can't handle things. That's like the whole, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Well, if you had a best, I might be a little bit more able to tolerate the worst. Now, here it comes. If you can weed whack past the drama surrounding it, angry politicians, QAnon, a terrible ad campaign, followed by misguided petitions, you can perhaps enjoy Cuties for what it is. Child porn! One of the most compelling movies you've likely seen in months. Funny and deeply uncomfortable, sweet and sometimes sad. I'm sorry, what? Deeply uncomfortable? Yeah, there's a reason why it's uncomfortable, because, it's showing little people in compromising positions. And we're not talking about midgets here. I never would have stumbled on it were it not for the increasingly frenetic discussions happening around it, which is all a long way of saying thanks Ted Cruz. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure more than just Ted Cruz has a problem with this. A French film director by, I'm not daring to try and pronounce that, Cuties was the subject of controversy even before it landed on Netflix last week. The streaming platform previewed it with a poster of tweenage girl. I'm sorry, tweenage? There's a name for that. It's called child. It's called prepubescent. Tweenage girls in scant costumes accompanied with the synopsis, Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Yeah, it's a dance. So is pole dancing. I don't want to see that either. I don't want to see that in The Little People. Things went south. Crews who either didn't see the movie or didn't understand it claimed the film routinely perversized or spicied these pre-adolescent girls. Sorry, once again, I gotta clean up the language. Called on the Department of Justice to investigate whether Netflix, its executives, or filmmakers violated any federal laws against the production and distribution of. You can read right there. Preemptively hating the movie was a bipartisan affair. Christine Pelosi, daughter of House Speaker Nancy, joined the hashtag #CancelNetflix, asking the platform to apologize. And this weekend, Netflix cancellation rates were 8 times higher than they'd been a month before, according to analysis in Variety magazine, a multi-year cancellation peak. I wonder why. The sheer fact that people are trying to defend this just shows that they don't understand why this is bad in the first place. Granted, it's arguing against such things as that, but you don't say, I'm against robbing banks, and to show you why it's bad, I'm going to rob you. Well, no, that's what you call it, stupid. Maybe I'm becoming out of touch. Maybe I'm becoming one of those old guys, but I'm pretty sure that this is one of those things that's just, with as much wrong in the world, it's surprisingly easy to hate this. But hey, that's all the time I got for tonight, folks. If you dug, go ahead and hit the like button. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Go ahead and subscribe. Come join our Reddit page. We're still on there. I'm going to go ahead and start posting back up in the I'm Too Sober For This. But let's face it, some stuff right now, you're pretty much, it's just given that you're too sober for half of this stuff going on. So until next time, well, you know the rest. Who actually thought this was a good idea? This is faith in humanity, people.